Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Welcome back to wow, a very, very intense day. I mean, this is kind of like the market day where the market ends and you're like, oh, thank God it's over. Like a lot of people today are like, okay, it's been dry January, it's been dry February, but now it's time to have a drink of apple juice or something like that because these are intense days. Now, it takes a lot to look at a day like today and say, hey, you know what? This was an opportunity. Obviously, looking back at that V crash that we had this morning in many stocks, yeah, there was an opportunity there. Absolutely an opportunity there. And we're going to pull up the charts here in just a second, getting Bloomberg Terminal up. Definitely an opportunity there. And hopefully you were able to take advantage of some of it. Obviously, we traded some of it this morning live and made some purchases this morning live. But we also have some additional news coming out on things like Workhorse. And, ultimately, who knows? Is this the beginning? Or is this the end? Was today a way of letting out enough steam from the pressure cooker to where that's it? After hours, we're going green. Tomorrow, we're going green. I mean, that's kind of the trend right now. The market is recovering. Or are we going to see some madness like this again tomorrow? I think this particular shock came so much and so far out of nowhere that personally it wouldn't surprise me that we see some soft greenness coming back. But this was probably a healthy adjustment here in the marketplace. So let's go ahead and see exactly what's going on today. So we've got about 12 minutes before the closing bell here. We've got AMC killing it today and yesterday, both today and yesterday. Yesterday being a very volatile day as well, just absolutely crushing it today. We do have earnings coming up for, let's see here. Let me make sure I can get in the Bloomberg. We do have earnings coming up for Square. We'll be covering those as well as the earnings report. I've got a large position in Square. I'm optimistic about Square. Not only has Cash App been on fire during this pandemic, but any additional rounds of stimulus are usually treated very well by Square. Square makes more money the more people bank with them. We've also got an incredible uptick in website usage over at squareup.com, which is their website for businesses to set up a business portal and payment portal that connects within stores. One of the benefits of Square over, for example, over a Shopify is that Square does have that connection between store and online that's a little bit stronger than Shopify. Shopify does have that as well, but Square seems to be a little bit preferred amongst retailers who have a store location and online location. Shopify obviously being the preferred or favorite for those who are online only. Anyway, those earnings will be coming up very soon. So we've got AMC leading the way in terms of winners. We got the airlines and recovery stocks doing probably the best right now. There we go. Here's our green chart today. Look at this. We've actually not only blown up on, what is cannabis play here is blown up. We've got AMC blowing up. We got Win going up 8%. SunPower, which actually sold off recently, recovering here. So the energy space coming back. Twitter soaring. Oh my gosh. Pinterest is up. Like, what a U-turn of a market this is. I mean, look at this. We bought Enphase at the dip this morning. And here it is. Here it is up. It's actually up today. How bizarre. What an incredible U-turn of a day. I mean, look at just the pain that the market went through today, going all the way down, opening down, falling during the open, and then really just rallying into the close here. Absolutely incredible, and also at the same time kind of shocking. Very, very bizarre. Let's see here, make sure this is all ready. Okay, so very, very bizarre to see that. Delta Airlines up. The recovery stock somewhat makes sense. American Express, the reopening play. Carnival, Amazon, cash play, doing very well. Eventually growth. Google. Okay, but let's look at the losers here. Let's look at Workhorse today. Excuse me. Woo. All right, Workhorse plummeting on news of basically not getting the USPS contract. I don't have. We'll have to go ahead and pull up some details to see exactly what's going on with Workhorse. But a 51% plummet. Now just trying to reach some sort of consolidation point or some sort of support point after falling over 50%, over half here. And this stock has been kind of giving up steam. This ran almost over 40 for a period of time. and has really kind of been selling off as there hasn't been sort of upped news on a USPS contract. One of the dangers of relying on these government contracts is all it takes is the next, I call it the next beautiful person to walk by with a beautiful idea, and all of a sudden your government contract goes away to somebody else. It's very frustrating to rely or to bet on the government because they are so freaking wish-washy. So seeing a 50% fall, while it could be an overreaction, it's also a reason to be cautious, especially with a stock that is pretty much heavily relying on a government contract to come through. Let's take a look here, though. Let's look at CCIV. So CCIV, here's one that has really just been selling off throughout the day. We've had some ups. We did have a nice recovery after the fall of the open. We went all the way up to almost $42 a share, really recovering from this big sell-off that not only happened in the market, this was heavily a market sell-off, but also recovering from the, basically the valuation change that we had at CCIV. However, we've got a little bit of a selling pressure going into the close here. It looks like we did just have a fall to 33.80 very, very briefly there for a couple minutes. Or really just a few shares probably traded. With it, probably 1 minute actually traded very well, right around 33 here. I like this stock under $35. It's under 35 right now. I have been nibbling on this a little bit. I will probably buy a little bit more right before the close, especially with this fall happening here. And that one just averaging in right around 35. I don't really want to buy this stock over 35. So that's why when we saw this rally, I didn't really add to this company once it started rallying again. So I'd be willing to add another 1,000 shares here. We'll go ahead and set a limit. Let's see, since we are falling, let's see if we could set up a pickup point of, okay, let's go to 34 even. And we can always adjust this. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we're going to wait for this this limit order of 34 to pop up on screen here. Let's see. Unless it already, I don't think it went through. I'm pretty sure that went through. Usually we get our little limit chart to come out. It looks like we're about to hit 34 anyway. So, oh, unless that went through at 34.44, then that already filled. Let's see, refreshing. No. Okay, well, where'd my order go? Waiting for my order to show up here. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Oh wait, no, there's my Tesla limit. It's still sitting there. Did I not press go through? Sometimes Webull tricks me here. Filled. There's a CCIV we filled a little bit earlier, and it's not under canceled. It's not under partials. Okay. Nope. I don't see the order. But since the stock is selling off into the close a little bit, I don't mind adding a little bit to it. Yeah, I'm still bullish on this company. I like this company at under 35. I would buy it heavily, certainly if it fell under 30. But right now, I would say, let's go ahead and actually put this buy limit in. Get extended hours? Yeah. I don't know where it went. Okay, let's just set it in at 34 here. All right. Buy CCIV. Okay, that's 100. We wanted 1,000. We wanted 1,000 shares of CCIV at 34. It's 34K. I'm sorry. Yeah, 34K. Okay, let's put the buy in. There it is. Okay. All right. So let's see if this ends up picking up, Kevin. We'll see what happens. If it goes through, great. If it doesn't, oh well. It does not look like the other order went through. CCIV. We are. We'll load the update on this. So, and then obviously we've got 4 minutes here into the close. So I'm excited to see how the market reacts, especially as we go into the after hours. No, that other order didn't go through. So I don't know if I just clicked away the window or what happened there. But let me send a quick alert. So at money, we are 6 cents away. Here we go. Come on. Oh, come on. It touched 34. Pick me up. Let's go. 1,000 at $34. Execute. Wow, it does not want to pick me up at 34. Let's go. It's kind of funny watching this. It is just like, watch it. Just like it runs off. It touched it. It totally touched it. And I saw 34. I totally saw 34 even as well. It just filled somebody else, not me. This thing's just going to end up rallying into the close. Oh my God. Stop. All right. I'm gonna revise my limit. Let's go. Let's go. Oh wait, 34. Can we go? Let's go 34.20 because I do want this to go there. 34.20. There we go. Oh my God. I should just. Oh, some of you were. You're like, oh, my limit went through. Whatever. Just fill the darn thing. There we go. Okay, I filled it. Never mind. Filled at 34.50. I just paid an extra 50 cents. Oh well. So yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So that's good for me. I like that. I like buying this under 35. All right, let's see what else is going on. I do want to see Tesla as well, but I think Tesla ended up pushing into the close pretty strongly. Yeah, it's almost back at 700. Oh, wow, look at that. We went to 713 here intraday. I had to go to Santa Barbara, so I had to leave and come back. My limit at 650 did not go through while I was gone. I wonder how close we got. Oh, wow, we got to 668. That's funny. Look, it's the shelf we made. It's literally the shelf we made over here, where I was saying if we continue to break through this line, we could end up going to 668. And it's literally what happened. Okay, fine. It was like 669. But that's pretty freaking close. By the way, I have to see, and we're about 1 minute away from closing bell here, but I have to say, like the most people ever in my life today have signed up to join the Stocks and Psychology of Money program. I've never seen this many signups. This is a sign that many of you are very enthusiastic about your money, and I'm very happy about that. Even if you learn, a different perspective to, I think you're going to learn dozens of things, but even just 3, 4, 5 different things of looking at things and how to handle the market on days like today. It's very, very good. Even if I could just prevent you from panic selling once, it's so valuable. So congratulations and thank you for all of those of you who joined. Use that coupon code HODL. And everybody says it differently. Like I say HODL, and then people who say HODL get mad at me. Kevin, it says it's HO, like ho. And then I'm like, but that has an E. Whatever. So Tesla actually rallying into the close a little bit here, 30 seconds before the closing bell. We've got, let's see, Churchill Capital. Yep, rallying a little bit over 35 here. So back over 35, a little rally into the close. So I'm glad I adjusted my limit and just paid the bullet, so to speak. We're about to run over $700. Here we go. Is the closing bell.
4 points, but well off its lows of down 363 points. The S&P's up about 0.2%. Energy and communication.
I would hate to ring the bell on a day like today.
And tech. Apple just negative at the close. Tesla down 2%, but well off its lows of the session, closing around $700. It had been down at 620 at the close. Sarah, slight gain to the S&P and the Dow. Only 0.5% of decline for the Nasdaq.
Not bad. Not a bad end for this day, honestly.
In the session and breaking a 5-day losing streak for the S&P. Welcome back, everyone, to Closing Bell. I'm Sarah Eisen, along with Wilfred Frost and Mike Santoli, CNBC senior markets commentator. Take a look at how we finished up the day on Wall Street. Up for the Dow, 13 points off the session high, but well off the session low, which is down a few hundred near the open. Thank you, Disney, which contributed the most to the Dow's gains. Visa, Chevron, Verizon also at the top. Home Depot at the bottom.
Oh, here we go. Look at Square. This news just coming through the tape right here. Square just announced a $170 million buy in Bitcoin. Oh my gosh. Let's see if Bitcoin moves on this news. Whoa. I mean, that's a lot of money here. Bitcoin right now at 47,600. This is roughly at lows for the week right now. We're at lows. 47,700, which, by the way, if you want to buy Bitcoin and you want to go shopping in the lows of Bitcoin, make sure to go to metkevin.com/BF or BlockFi. Metkevin.com/BF is BlockFi. It is definitely a great way to get some Bitcoin, get some interest on your Bitcoin as well. And if you deposit money there, you will get up to $250 totally for free. That's a big move now by Square, in my opinion. And they're probably doing that to facilitate, obviously, their Bitcoin purchasing platform through Square or through Cash App. But this potentially is a little bit of a tell for what we could see for earnings here. So I'm curious. Okay, so we are rallying in after hours, at least a Tesla. Okay, Square definitely pushed on that Bitcoin news here. We saw that in this final candlestick minute here. We are awaiting earnings for Square. So we are going to keep the earnings ticker box up, whichever one of these it is. It's so weird that it doesn't show me what it is. See, I have to like test each box. Where is it? Oh, it's so annoying. The Bloomberg terminal on a Mac, not loved, okay? Not loved. I love the Bloomberg terminal, but yeah, on a Mac, a little different. Okay, so for some reason, energy transfer is also, oh no, I'm under energy transfer. I totally typed in Square. Well, I want to see Square earnings. So I want to go to individual company news here on Square. This is going to be a big one. There we go. Okay, now they're highlighting in red, Square buys Bitcoin. I'm wondering how Bitcoin's moving on this news. It's a big, I mean, you would expect Square to buy Bitcoin though. Square little change post-market after buying 170 mil as part of its ongoing investment into Bitcoin. It's just good. Like, that's what you want to see. Like, if it said Square sold Bitcoin, whew, that would have been bloody. But yeah, the stock's not really moving. Obviously, tentative for earnings here. Now, let's just really quickly. Let's go to, what is it? Earnings Whisper / isn't it calendar? Yeah, it is. So Square reports today. Intuit reports today. Toll Brothers, Upwork. Oh, we got a lot of earnings to hit today. Upwork, yes. Upwork, Square. Oh, such good companies. So, man, I wish I had more money to just buy everything in sight. Sprout Social, McAfee. Wow, lots of earnings today. And those are the big ones. Intuit and Square, it looks like. And Upwork. Okay, is there a second page? Show more? No. Okay, that's it. Okay, so Intuit, Square, Upwork. Those are going to be the ones that we really want to keep an eye on here. Let's see quickly what's happening in the after hours while we wait for the bell. Or I'm sorry, where we wait for earnings. So we did get the rally on CCIV into the close. That's good. Occugen coming back. Matterport back to $20. Really good. FRX, if you're interested in that one, honestly, I mean, that could be a buying opportunity at how much it's sold off over here. That'll make up for like the EBIX, but that's okay. We're going to hold that one. We've got Tesla up at 703 right now. Square up 0.5% right now. EBIX is flat. I don't know if this is going to show us trading in the after hours. Yeah, GameStop, Etsy, a lot of things that sold off today, turning slightly green. Let's see if we can get Intuit, Upwork, and Square up at the same time here for earnings, because this is the big stuff here. So let's go ahead and we'll put Square right here, and then we can go ahead and put Upwork up. I touched on Upwork. I'm sorry, I touched on Workhorse towards the beginning. Yes, I did want to look up news in the terminal about them, which I'll do after earnings. Okay, this is BMW. I'm not sure what BMW has to do with Upwork. Come on, Bloomberg terminal. Oh, there we go. There's Upwork. That's what we wanted. No, it just went to BMW again. It's hilarious. Upwork. There we go. Oh, report on Upwork. Upwork. Okay, hold on. Okay. Adjusted earnings per share 6 cents versus an estimate of 0.5 cent. And Q4 revenue up, guidance up. And Q1 revenue guidance up about 10% as well. Upwork should move big on this news. Let's go. Come on. Upwork. Yep, 7%. There it is. Good job, Upwork. Love that freaking stock. Print the money. Here we go. There's the rally. That's good. Let's look at this. How has this been trading? Yeah, I mean, it's at all-time highs, right? But yeah, the recent sell-off here. Let's go to the day sell-off. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to recover this in the after hours. So it looks like I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to all-time highs on Upwork here. Upwork, great platform. Not a surprise this beat, and it's a really good beat too. Those are some really good numbers. 10% now on the stock, 12% on the stock now. Woo! Look at that smashing beat. And you saw it here before you saw it on CNBC. Thank you very much. Yeah, those are big moves here. I'm excited for Square. I'm really excited for Square. Upwork as well. I do have a larger position in Square. At 257, I'm not going to add to my position on Square. Square, I just saw a red candlestick at Square, but we don't see any news here yet, do we? Let's go back. And then we do have Intuit. Square. 32 cents versus 24 estimated. Oh my gosh. But services-based revenue misses. Subscription and services-based revenue misses. But earnings per share, that's pretty good. I mean, what is that beat? 32 versus 24 cents? Versus 24. 33% beat on earnings per share. Gross payment volume, 32 billion. Oh, wait, no, okay. Versus an S, I thought that said 13, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no. Okay, so they did miss on gross payment volume a little bit. Okay, all right, so mixed results on Square. Mixed results on Square. So we'll see how this goes. The Bitcoin move, with how Bitcoin has been acting, I don't know how people are going to feel about this in the after hours. I will pull them up. I do want to get into it as well. Adjusted EBITDA. Oh, wow, that's really good, though. I wonder if their margin went up. 185 mil versus 140 expected. That's really good. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Let's see here. Let's go to the sticks. Yeah. See that initial sell-off? That initial sell-off on that mixed result, but now pumping back up a little bit here on that EBITDA figure. That could be a margin change. That we could see a move on margin here. But yeah, so Upwork crushing it, but Square unfortunately falling about 2 to 3% here in the after hours on a slight miss on gross payment volume. Not a terrible surprise with the pandemic and people potentially spending less money online here. It does look like we're solidifying a little bit of that red candlestick down about 2 to 3% on Square. So unfortunately, I mean, hopefully my Upwork gains, my Upwork tendies are offsetting my Square since this is a much larger. We do have a little bit of a euphoria decline here on Workhorse and after hours, and that does sort of reflect the tenuous nature of this market that we're in right now. Let's go cover Intuit. Net earnings revenue. Net revenue was a miss as well. So yeah, Square actually missed here. That's unfortunate. Upwork crushed it. That is good. And that is the nature of earnings, though. Very difficult to predict earnings. Okay, let's see here. Intuit. Oh, Intuit just reported. Intuit, correct, sees revenues. Okay, what was the expectation? Intuit quarterly revenue. Intuit beats EPS by 1 cent, misses on revenue. Missing on revenue usually doesn't get treated well. I could be wrong, but people want to see that revenue figure. Let's see here. Ocugen here flying right now. Square coming back. We got Matterport coming back. Let's go to Intuit quickly here. See what we've got. Intuit earnings. Yeah, no, people do not like missed earnings, missed revenues. Missed revenues, bad. Do not like that. Tesla actually declining slightly in the after hours, as well as IPOF, Chamath's, one of Chamath's SPACs. So a little bit of red here in the after hours. Redfin flat. Let's go to all stocks here. Let's see what else is declining here. So let's sort. Okay. So CLII, not one that I'm in. I'm not jazzed about this one as a SPAC. More interested in others. Tilray having a little bit of a sell-off here again. We've got a Tesla declining. Palantir actually down in the after hours at 26.66. Doordash down again. Doordash just getting beat up as we see this rotation. Square still sitting around 2.5% down. Trying to find a balance there. Slight red on Pinterest. Okay, where are the bigger reds? Not a lot of big red here in after hours, with the exception of AMC now selling off a bit and whatever's going on here. Okay, now we're hearing earnings on CNBC.
Came in about 8 cents better than expected, 32 cents per share. Revenues also better.
We beat them to this so badly. Oh, man.
Square had bought about $50 million worth of Bitcoin. The company doubling down on the total Bitcoin that they hold. The company purchased about $170 million worth of Bitcoin.
That now makes up about 5% of Square's total cash or cash equivalent. So the company going further into the Bitcoin market, we're still reading into some of the guidance and other payment volume aspects of this report. But again, beat for Square, and the stock pretty much flat right now. It had been down earlier today based on some of those Bitcoin prices. Back to you guys.
Yeah. Kate, thanks so much for that. More discussion on what that all means to come later in terms of Square's numbers. Our thanks to Anastasia Amoroso and Marcy McGregor for joining the Market Zone today. Chipotle shares trading lower today, but the stock up more than 50% over the past year. Up next, the company's CEO on the stock's big rally.
Well, I mean, the only reason Chipotle is trading down is as the recovery, commences and continues. We're going to see that rotation out of Chipotle, which was really considered a stay-at-home stock, and traded with a lot of that hype. Really good job on Upwork, though. Really, I'm bullish on Upwork. I'm also bullish on Square. Square's value is fundamentally, I love the company as a fundamental analyst, but you do have to include a lot of growth for Square to get there. And a slight miss on Rev is bad. To come in at 316 versus 322 on a company that's baking in a lot of growth, it's a blessing it's only down 3%. Yeah. So, I'm not adding to Shift until those earnings come out. I have added a good chunk, but I'm also, I would be adding so much more if I weren't, in my opinion, a little heavy on margin after today's decline, obviously being, and I'm probably closer to like 30% margin. So let's go take a look at the workhorse. Let's see what the news article is relative to, or what's being published here on Bloomberg. Okay, workhorse closes down 48% after earlier falling as much as 60%. Oh, they actually froze it due to volatility. Has a Texas-sized Bitcoin problem. Not sure why. Workhorse trading resume. Oh, Oshkosh wins the contract. Okay. Contract had some expected it to went to rival Oshkosh Corp instead. The missed opportunity came as a big blow for Workhorse investors, sending Workhorse shares 48% lower, the steepest decline since October of 2011. Wow. The USPS, let's see what their reason was. The USPS said that as part of the 10-year contract, Oshkosh Defense will manufacture postal delivery vehicles, which will drive the most dramatic modernization of the USPS fleet in 3 decades. What happened to, what's it called? What am I trying to say? Like, what happened to using all of the other EV manufacturers for the post office and Biden going full electric, right? I don't know if Oshkosh is doing. I don't know anything about Oshkosh though, so I do want to see that. Let's go to Oshkosh and see what's going on over here. Maybe I can learn something that I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they so they manufacture fire and emergency trucks, specialty commercial and military trucks, pumpers, aerial ladder trucks, rescue vehicles. Are they an EV company though? Oshkosh, not the clothing company. Trucks. Oshkosh Corporation. Okay, so they're not that's interesting. They're not, I don't think they're only an EV company like Workhorse. They're just an everything company, which that's actually a little bit of a slam on the EV. Let's see if they talk electric here at all. Okay, here we go. Oshkosh will manufacture both zero-emission battery electric vehicles and fuel-efficient low-emission ICE vehicles, upgrading the fleet. Okay, this is a cop-out. So here's my guess on what happened here. My take on what happened is Workhorse said, here's our contract, our offer. It's going to cost you this much to manufacture the entire United States fleet in electric vehicles. And the United States government's like, oh, holy crap, that's a whole lot of money. And then Oshkosh is like, how about we just produce really fuel-efficient gas cars and slowly transition to electric vehicles? And we'll do it for this price. And the United States government, classic government, is probably like, well, that sounds good. That'll save us a lot of money. So, yes. Chance here in the chat says we'll have 5% EV and 95% gas. Jaded, but I kind of agree with you. The U.S. government strikes again. Yeah. You know, this is, I'm telling you, the United States government is not something you want to invest in. If you're relying on the United States government for your stock to pump, I do read Twitch chat. See, look, I'll even put you on the Twitch chat. Let's see here. Is it cheaper? It's cheaper to make those little cars abroad. Watch, they're all going to be a Toyotas. Oshkosh is now going to enter into a partnership with Toyota. I'm being facetious. Okay. So I wonder how their stock is performing. I mean, they're not an EV. So Oshkosh. Is this the EV stock? 3% here? I mean, I wouldn't buy them since I think this is going to be mostly a vehicle company. Oshkosh Corporation. Hold on. Let's see here. Oshkosh Corporation. They trade under symbol OSK. Any chance you could text me? So, okay. So they're up 6% on the day, and it looks like up after hours as well. OSK, this is correct. Yeah. Okay. So they are moving 6% on the day, 3% in after hours. Upwork. Oh, yes. Look at that. It's continuing to rally up. Absolutely. That's freaking awesome. That is freaking awesome. Yeah, imagine if I was investing in Oshkosh Bibs. That's priceless. I know which number. I'm waiting for Chase to call me. Well, JP Morgan. And I have no idea when they're going to call me or what number they're going to call me from. Oh, well. So, okay, CIIG, this is the Arrival electric vehicle stock here. Very, very low volume in after hours, so I wouldn't get excited about an after hours pump there. It's like no volume there. Square accelerating losses down 4% in after hours now. But Upwork, oh my gosh, it keeps pushing. Let's go. Oh, I love it. Love Upwork. So let's see. Square, Sundial down a little bit, down to 120. Hyliion. Let's see what the volume's like over here. Low volume in the after hours. I would not buy Upwork in the after hours with how low this volume is. I mean, this is tiny volume. 8,000, 7,000 shares, 20,000 shares. Super low volume. I'll wait for that to settle in the AM. You know, that in the open market could end up being like a 4 or 5% up market. But I think they deserve a 10% up based on those numbers they reported. 10% higher, and I think it was revenue. It was very good. They will call from. Okay. All right, so let's go to Bloomberg here and see what other news we have coming down the wire today, because it is it's a tough day. Tough day. Oh, 1-800 number. Hello, this is Kevin. Hi. No. 1-800 number. Who calls from a 1-800 number? All right, let's keep going. So AMC selling off a little bit in the after hours. The Upwork trade is moving. So we've got Go EV moving up a little bit. CCIV trying to push up here in the after hours, trying to break through that 36 resistance level there. Well, that'd be interesting if we could actually get through here. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, it was cool. All right. Okay, cool. So what else do we have here? Let's go to Bloomberg and see what we've got on the Bloomberg terminal. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I see some questions. What's Palantir doing? We'll see what Palantir is doing. Oshkosh, OCGN going crazy. Yeah, no kidding. We did a really nice swing trade on that one. Really good. Okay. So Intuit shares dip. Yeah, 3%. That's not a surprise when they missed revenue that they're dipping now. Let's go to top news and see the latest here. Also, I want to see how Bitcoin is reacting. We do have Bitcoin on Webull that we could see here. So let's go to BTC. Here we go. Bitcoin up marginally here on the Square News, but barely a movement here on the Square News. Really nothing here. Mara's bouncing. Let's see. Mara. Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice bounce over here. Nice. Wonder how the Grayscale is. Do we have the Grayscale on here? Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Is that it? No, hold on. Let's pull it up over here. I don't know how much we care about that Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Let's go ahead and just see what the other top news is right now. So let's go to top. See what's going on. Chipotle CEO on digital sales growth. Blah blah blah. Okay. So U.S. stocks roar back after Powell's reassurance. It's always J-Pow. It's always J-Pow coming in to swoop in and save the day. Powell signals Fed to keep buying bonds after outlook improves. Absolutely. Square buys $170 million of Bitcoin. It's interesting. They put that as the top information here. Robinhood CEO criticizes runaway chain reaction of short sells. He had like an interview with the New York Times this morning. Let's see what was in here. Let's see what Vlad had to say. Oh, Vlad, when are you gonna let us do Bitcoin wallets? I got a question for you. I'm gonna ask this on Twitter so you could vote on it too. Let's do it. Oh, by the way, I have to ask you and I want to ask you this question too, so I have to ask you two things here. Okay. I tweeted right here. Where is it? Oh, yeah, here. Could I bug you to retweet this? Like do the quote, like put a quote and then like say something like, yeah, Elon, do it or whatever. Would you be open to a live interview on YouTube? Subscribers would love to engage with you. Would be a one-on-one plus live comments. We could see finance, money, stocks, Bitcoin channel, and some real estate. We could talk about your for sale by owner experience for real estate. So yeah, if you could retweet that would be freaking epic. Let's get that in front of Elon. Let's get Elon on here. Okay, now poll. Oh, also later today we'll be on the Millennial Money podcast again. Is it up here? Millennial Money. Oh, there it is. See? So set a reminder for that as well. The Market Crash, Millennial Money, episode 2. I can update the link for this. So that's what I'll do is let me update the link for this really quick. So that way you could just go to metkevin.com/mm. If you do that now, you'll get the channel. But I do want to talk to you about this question regarding Robinhood and what's coming up here. Okay, MM safe. Okay, go to metkevin.com/mm and that'll show up. All right, so here's the question I have for all of you, which you're welcome to vote in on Twitter. So, would you use Robinhood for crypto if they had a wallet, X for POS? Well, how should I say that? Well, if I can say this: if they had / allowed a BTC, a crypto wallet, I'll just say, a crypto wallet, X, a crypto wallet. I like that. Yeah. With Xfers, transfers. Okay, look, that fits, right? Would you use Robinhood for crypto if they had allowed a crypto wallet, paid interest on crypto? Yeah. What else? What's another good question? What's another good question? Tesla pushing? We'll take a look at that. Signed up for Coinbase. Yeah, go to BlockFi too. metkevin.com/BF to get your free $250. Kathy, what is on Bloomberg? Oh, I'll go to Bloomberg. What's another thing? Interest, unlimited trading. Vlad resigns. Oh my gosh, they might block me for taking my crypto out, so no. So I'll say won't use RH. Staking. Should I ask that? In the meantime, let me go to Bloomberg TV here. A code to deposit in your account, like to deposit. Well, they're already zero fees. Okay, Bloomberg's on commercial, so we'll see if Kathy's on here. Won't use Robinhood. I would use Robinhood for wide scale adoption when more people use it. Okay, I think that's a fair question. We'll tag Robinhood. Robinhood app. There we go. BTC, Robinhood. Would you use Robinhood app for crypto if they had allowed? Okay, good. I'm curious to see what y'all think. Okay, let's see if Kathy Wood is... Okay, there's still an ad. How is this ad a minute long? Oh, maybe because they're just literally in a TV commercial right now. That's sometimes it. Okay, cool. So get Mark Cuban. He loves doing interviews. I'll tweet that. Let's do that. He's really into Ethereum. Or at least he talked about that recently. Mark Cuban. To chat on YouTube. 1.3, I think we're at 7 now. Million subscribers. Would love to hear from you on BTC, crypto, market, crash, Tesla, sharks, and more. Yeah, there we go. Live stream with we'll do one-on-one live stream. One-on-one live stream with comments visible from public subscribers. Cool. Retweet that one too. Okay. All right. Enough tweeting. So there are lots of things to retweet here. I mean, you could vote in there. So far, it's just, it's only one vote. Okay, I was going to say 100% won't use Robinhood. Oh my God. But it's only one vote, at least until I refresh. So yeah, the Mark Cuban thing, we could retweet that. And then if you scroll down here, would love the Elon retweet also, obviously. Okay, let's see if Bloomberg is up. Still in an insanely long commercial, which is crazy. Let's see what's happening in the after hours right now. What's pumping and what's dumping? Oh my God, Upwork 22 freaking %. Yes. Oh my gosh. Holy smokes, man. Now I wish I bought more. That's crazy. It's trading off very low volume though, folks. Very, very low volume. I mean, just to give you an idea, it's trading 2,000 times 60. It's trading $120,000 worth of volume a minute here in the after hours. That's really low. Like we're not talking about millions of dollars here. Yeah, I mean, hey, this is higher. This is a few $100,000 right here. But wow, still Upwork, money printer. Very, very, very nice. Good. Square, on the other hand, is down 5%. Not so nice. Down to 242. Social Capital. Okay, what else? End phase. Let's look at Tesla. Let's see what Tesla's up to. All right. So we got Tesla up to. Let's see if is it worth adding more to Tesla? Okay, Tesla. Tesla is up about 0.5% right now. Oh, that's not Tesla. Here we go. Tesla up about 0.5%. We had a nice candlestick here up to about 709, but didn't really move after that. How's CCIV doing? CCIV. That's not it. There you go. Okay. CCIV is moving. CCIV has like 5 times the volume as Upwork. Maybe like 3 to 5 times as much. Depends on the minute. But man, that Upwork run though, that could soften in the AM. So like I wouldn't add more at this position. I would add, but it definitely good validation there on Upwork earnings. Absolutely, man. We reported that when it was on its first candlestick. Should have just bought then. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Maybe you did. Maybe you're watching and you did. MVIS hit a low gap fill today. Reversal candle. Let's look at MVIS. Let's see what you got. Gap up could be possible. Let's see what you got. MVIS after hours is so low volume, you can't really look at after hours here. Wow, nice big rally here right into the close. Yeah, Microvision kind of ended the day flat. Shocking. I mean, it's obviously down, especially when you consider the after hours. It's probably went down like 10% or something like that. Yeah, 10%. But I mean, really, like the trading activity here was pretty flat, is I suppose what I mean. Okay, let's see. Dominion CEO is on CNBC right now. Let's instead, though, try to see if Kathy's on here. Oh, no. Where is it? Hold on a sec. I literally had it, but now it's gone. We're gonna have to find it again. Bloomberg TV. So I do want to see. She's probably gone by now. That's okay. We'll find the replay, the recording. It's just been on an ad every time I pull it up. Yeah, no, it's back to the ad for live TV. Maybe if I sign in, that'll go away. Although I'm pretty sure I'm already signed in. No, I am signed in. Signed in as a paying member of the Bloomberg terminal and Bloomberg itself here, and it's still getting crazy long ads on Bloomberg. How dare they? All right, let's go back. Let's look at the sticks again. Oh, let's look at the terminal too. Let's see what news that we have here. Good job getting MVIS on a dip there. GameStop announces resignation of chief financial officer. Ooh, I wonder how the stock is trading on that news. GME. Yeah, they're probably pissed because he didn't raise money at like $400 a share. Like that's what they should have done, man. That's what they should have done. They should have printed so many tendies when that stock was flying high. They could have raised so much money, and then they could have actually used that money to go turn their business around. But no, didn't do anything. Sat on the sidelines. Really? You think Upwork sucks? I don't know. I still like Upwork. I like Upwork. So I do want to see news here, but I also want to see, how are we still on this ad? I don't get it. Okay, 5 seconds. All right, Adobe. We got your ad. Here we go. Okay, so now we get Bloomberg. No Kathy, but that's okay.
But all told, at the end of the day, we did see some of those more speculative pockets of the market still into the red.
Indeed. And it was interesting, like Dan Curtis pulling together some great charts mid-show to show that really we've never seen the NASDAQ 100 have that sort of a turnaround. But prior to 28.
Today was pretty crazy, I have to say. Today was just very bizarre to see the epic crash that we saw and then this crazy recovery. I mean, that V right there, whew. Remember February 23rd, which is funny because March 23rd was the bottom of the market last year. So it's like, what is it with the 23rd of the month? I don't know. Probably nothing. GameStop actually selling off on this CFO termination news, or the fact that he's leaving. You'll have to pay $50 a month if you have the new. Let's see here. Kathy was buying in Tesla dips. Good. Yeah. Oh, she was on earlier. Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's what we did too. Hell yeah. Absolutely. This right here is Webull. Somebody's asking what platform this is. This is Webull. And you could get 2 free stocks when you sign up for Webull. Use the referral link by going to metkevin.com/Webull. And when you deposit $100, you get up to 2 free stocks with Webull. All right. So a little bit of sell-off there in GME after a little bit of a corporate restructuring. Volume too low, in my opinion, for us to really find a solid support level here. That's a little high selling volume. So this could be a day trade here or sort of an after-hours earnings trade, right? Traders plow in on a beat. Once you get the reversal, you get the sells. Ooh, I gotta bring some coffee over. It's like that almost 2 o'clock coffee hour. Sundial selling off here. The cannabis play is really hurting, with the exception of I think there's a cannabis play that's being pumped on social right now. But no, until cannabis gets into another cyclical upswing, I'm gonna stand by on cannabis. Etsy 210, Enphase 170. Enphase 170, I mean, look, 2 weeks ago, we'd be looking at Enphase 170 and go, nah, no way. No way. Where do you see the CCIV Lucid in 2 years? Oh, that's a really good question. I think in 2 years, I wouldn't be shocked if they're just starting to expand their production, which means they should be delivering 30,000 vehicles a year, and they could be just expanding their factory in 2 years. So in 2023, maybe they'd be able to ramp capacity to get into like 50 or 100,000 cars a year from 30,000 cars a year. But if they're cranking $30,000 a year, if they're cranking 30,000 vehicles a year, as really the second pure EV play in the United States for automotive compared to China, I think they could have a market cap that's double to triple what it is now, which I know sounds insane. But if they actually get solid adoption in the United States as a second pure EV play, kind of bullish on that. Bullish on that. Yeah, Workhorse is kind of done, unfortunately. I never even swung traded. Swung trade, is that a thing? Swing traded? I don't know. I never even traded Workhorse, but somebody is asking, or saying that. Is this market movement the start of what Harry Dent was talking about? Yeah, Harry Dent was talking about a potential 90% correction in tech stocks like Tesla's and the others. And he actually likes Tesla, but he said he would buy them after a big market correction. So you wonder, was that today? I mean, we didn't go down 90%. We went down like 15% during the pain this morning. Like waking up this morning was probably the easiest wake up ever, because usually when I wake up, it's kind of weird. The very first thing I do is I look at what the stock market's doing, except the weekends. And then I just don't end up waking up. Then I'm up late. But usually like you open up and it's like you scroll through, you're super sleepy eyed. And it's like, holy crap. I got up real fast. My account went from negative $240,000 to plus $20,000 because of Upwork and buying dips. Crazy day, Kevin. Thanks for giving us emotional support through this. Wow, thank you for that. Really appreciate that support. That's really really nice of you to say. I guess that's the perfect spot to say, make sure to use coupon code HODL and join the course that's on Stocks and Psychology of Money that gives you all the buy and sell alerts. Well, when I trade. It's just whenever I trade. And it's not like supposed to be for you to copy me. It's just I just want you all to be able to see like what is someone with a portfolio that's, it's over $20 million stock portfolio, even after today. What is somebody like that doing in the market? When are they selling? Why are they selling? We sold 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was a week and a half ago now. Sold stocks to reduce margin, and sold a little bit before today as well. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Tiny little bit of sells yesterday that I announced, and a lot of those are still down a lot today. It's crazy. And I'm not trying to like pat myself on the back for timing, but it's really preparing and having lower margin. Okay, what else do we have here? Upstart. What does Upstart do? Upstart, wow, look at that rally into the close there. No volume in after hours. Upstart has almost no volume during the day. That's weird. Let's go Upstart. What is that? Upstart. You are more than your credit score. Fast online loans. I'm just not interested in the lending companies right now. I don't know. Okay. What else here? CGC? Okay. I don't know much about that. Bargain approach. Huh. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up the Bloomberg terminal. Let's see what the news is here for a moment. Everything else is on TV commercial. Bloomberg is on commercial. Cnbc is on TV commercial. Okay. Reflation and inflation are not the same thing. This is true. Let's take a look at how they define the difference. Let's see if they mention that. So here's the swing. This is sort of the markets. This is the markets live blog. I love this thing. The markets live blog. Bitcoin followers may get clues when payment firms reports. Yeah, like Square, PayPal. Sure. Stocks turn green. Here you go. Reflation and inflation aren't the same thing. Words and meanings matter. For example, okay, definitions. Okay, here we go. To my mind, reflation reflects the expected trajectory of GDP growth, whereas inflation describes the degree to which nominal output gains reflect rising prices rather than increased activity. Okay, so let's put that in very, very simple terms, not Bloomberg terms. In other words, inflation is prices going up, and reflation is potentially prices going up because people are getting out and spending again. Manufacturing is going up. The GDP is getting stronger. We have growth in the economy, whereas inflation is just literally no matter what's happening, you've got prices going up in terms of the underlying. So that's a cool separate definition. Let's listen to this. They're talking about GameStop here.
He's the sort of front man for deciding when capital is actually needed. But this wasn't really a decision of whether capital was needed. It was a decision for the CEO and the board as well to decide, should we seize this opportunity of a massive...
That's what I said. That's literally what I said when they were talking about firing this guy. I'm like, it's probably because he didn't raise money. It's funny.
Yes. maybe when it was 300, 400.
See?
Anyway, never a good sign to see a CFO step down. We'll see
Bing
what happens.
freaking go. I mean, it was obvious.
Now for CNBC News Update with Rahel Solomon. Rahel.
Let's hear it.
Hi, Sarah. Hello, everyone. Here's what's happening at this hour. Let's start with Tiger Woods in surgery now with multiple leg injuries. That's according to his agent. That's after the car he was driving near Los Angeles this morning went off the road and rolled over. He was the only person in the car, and police have scheduled a news conference for about 80 minutes from now, so likely more updates coming from there. And in Europe, AstraZeneca expects to deliver less than half of the COVID-19 vaccine doses that it promised to supply in the second quarter. The European Union...
I'm going to jump on over here really quick. Here's a really good comment, an interesting comment. I want to see if I can find this Reuters article on CCIV. Let's pull this. Oh, actually, they're talking about Lucid right here. Let's see.
And that's kind of what we saw happen with Lucid, that there was this announcement that production would be pushed back. There was, a deeper look at the kind of big sums of money that Lucid plans to burn through over the next 4 years. And that just raises more questions about the path forward for this company than it answers.
Well, yeah, I am curious. I mean, the financials of this, I think, are definitely something that needs to be looked at a little bit closer. But when we talk about these SPAC deals, the whole selling point, or at least part of the selling point, is the idea that you're sort of getting management, you're getting some experience to come along for the ride, no pun intended here. And the idea that they're basically telling Rawlins, and according to the interview you had with him, to basically kind of slow things down a bit. Let's get this right. Let's not make the same mistakes Tesla made. Did you get a sense here that he really is buying into that?
Well, what's kind of astonishing, Romain, is I've spoken to Peter Rawlinson several times over the last 6 months, particularly when we saw the big run up in Tesla shares. But I also put the question about SPACs to him over and over again. And he actually urged caution. He said that there is a lot of speculation in that market. The risk with SPACs is that no one takes the time to fully appreciate the technology. But ultimately, Lucid went down that route anyway. This is what Peter Rawlinson had to say about why Lucid did decide to go public through a SPAC.
That process is enabling us to accelerate our growth. We've got a fantastic injection of cash. We've got long-term security. We've been able to attract the bluest of blue chip companies to make long-term investments in us. And I just see the SPAC as just a useful tool now to achieve that.
Yeah.
Long story short, building cars, regardless of whether they're electric or not, is a capital intensive process, right? And this route going public via SPAC gives you quick access to capital and also a shop window for your business in a similar way.
Hey, I got to pull something up that I think is going to be such a funny contrast. Okay. So we just listened to that CEO, right? Okay. Hold on. Where was it? I'm trying to find where it was. I don't know that I could find it. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have it, which is so weird. I just have to find what date. Do you all know? I'm just going to say it here. I was going to pull up Trevor Milton and put him up. Do you all know what date that whole Nikola freakout happened? The disaster with the rolling down the hill? Let's see. Nikola roll downhill. When was that? Let's see. Yeah, September 10th. Oh, wow. I can't believe it's been so long. It's been so long. That was already been September from Nikola. Oh, my God. The time just flies. It's scary. Oh, my gosh. I wonder if I have it. Because I have, I downloaded the Insta story. It's not going to focus on that. Is it going to play? It just, I want to see the contrast is all. Just because it's been so long. Okay, it's downloading. We'll see when it comes up. We'll go back to the charts in the meantime. And I'll pull that up as soon as it starts playing. Okay, so here's the article from Reuters. Let's take a look at the Reuters article here. So the article from Reuters is right here. And it says that Peter Rawlinson told Reuters on Tuesday the luxury EV maker plans to launch a rival to Tesla's Model 3 in 2024 or 5. So assume 5. So here's the way I look at this is they're going to sell their high-end vehicles, their probably 100,000 plus vehicles in the next 2 years, really until 2023, they're going to sell that up to 30,000 car capacity. And then they'll expand their factory, and then they'll jump on over into something more like a, $30, $40, $50,000 car, and in the future even a $25,000 car. That's a plan of theirs, is to get to a $25,000 car, if you can believe it. Okay, let's listen into this for just one moment.
Of total gross profit in the fourth quarter. She also said that Bitcoin users tend to be more engaged, so they're seeing people on their stock brokerage platform who use Bitcoin tend to use it more often. Cash App also had a great breakout quarter there, up double digits, and pointing to that in terms of strength for Square. Stock is down, though, about 4% after hours. Sarah, back to you.
I'll pick it up there, Kay. Thank you. Let's discuss this further with Tigris Financial Partners CIO Ivan Feinseth, who has a buy rating on the company.
By the way, the Matterport SPAC, which tomorrow we have an interview with the Matterport CEO, folks. We're going to do earnings, and then 24 hours from now, we get to grill the Matterport CEO. Well, not really grill him. We're just going to have a conversation, but learn everything we can about Matterport. Folks, like, look at that stock. If you haven't yet, look into it, okay? GHVI. It's Gore's 6.
And it is more and more being interested in being used as a method of payment. And I think that they bought more so they could have the inventory, if you will, to transact in Bitcoin. And I still think this whole story of Square is that it's one of the key components of this ongoing secular shift to electronic payments.
Yeah, look, Square is great, but the problem, and look, he's got the Bloomberg terminal in the back. It's definitely got, great company, here to stay. A lot of growth expected for this company. Okay, let's see here. You know what's hilarious? It seems like every creator, the day after Lucid has a valuation adjustment of that 30%, everyone's like, see, Lucid sucks. Like, no, it doesn't. I'm holding this because it doesn't suck. But I will say, Tesla's far ahead of them. Lucid or CCIV, Lucid just did Project Gravity. Project Gravity, really? Oh, let's take a look at that. Okay. Well, I mean, it looks like there were picture or videos of this from 5 months ago. So maybe they just replayed that today about ideas for a car in the future. I mean, that's great. This is going to give it lights a fire under Tesla's butt. It's a pure EV competitor. It's great. Somebody's asking about Sundial. I'm not. The problem with Sundial is it traded so heavily off social momentum. And when you trade so heavily off social momentum, it's much, much more difficult when a fall occurs for that stock to come. You're really asking for this social momentum to return. That's very challenging to rely on. And it's even harder to predict. Let's see here. Okay, so let's see here. Same strategy as Lucid Church, screw the small guy. Yes. Look, the valuation change screwed the small guy, right? That 30% adjustment, it took cash from the people investing in Lucid and selling. The people who sold Lucid lost there. It took money from them and it put it into the pockets of Lucid, which is actually good for the company. VI. It's GHVI. Yes. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Tesla, new high of the day. Really? No, it wasn't just 15 to 16 billion. So Reuters pretty confidently indicated that it was going to be a $12 billion valuation for Lucid. And the valuation for Lucid ended up coming in at 24. Now, it was going to be $12 billion at $10 a share. It came in at 24 at $15 a share, which is 33% more expensive than we expected, which is bad. Matterport tomorrow? Yeah. Okay, that's a good question. So Land Rover in the private Discord is wondering. I put a little question there if anybody has questions on the live stream. And EBIX exit plans, I'm just going to hold that until the lawsuit kind of pains down. I'm not selling on a day like today. So it's going to end up becoming here a short-term, few week play. There's no way you could predict what happened this morning. And that's the danger of holding a day trade overnight. Oh, well. So you said a few weeks ago that your CCIV is the same percentage of NEO. That is based on the latest valuations. That's roughly true. I think I'm probably 6% CCIV even after this fall, 5 to 6%, and NEO's probably like 4%, maybe 3.5%. But I added into CCIV at around that level where they were matched, or that was the goal. And obviously CCIV, even still today, has run a lot faster than we expected it to. If we went back 2 weeks, we'd be looking at CCIV merger confirmed at, whatever it is now, $36 or something like that, and be like, oh my God, this is freaking incredible. It's up double, right? $36. Obviously, when we have a big run, it's painful to see it come back. Gore's holding 4.5%. That's gonna be such a fun interview tomorrow. Jumping up and down for that on the inside. Okay, let's go to the Bloomberg terminal. Really good recovery here. A Tesla 712. Yeah, look at that. All of the pain from today has pretty much evaporated. Cool. Okay, what do we got here? It talks to go public via SPAC. Let's hear it.
Operation. That's where it is. Fixing that is going to take time. In the meantime, what do we need to do? We need to make sure that critical infrastructure, such as hospitals, nursing homes.
Where is all this noise coming from? Hold on a sec. Let me just close a bunch of tabs down here because I have no idea what's playing right now. And I want to see what's going on with this Green Deal thing here. Okay. Nope, we've closed everything. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Oh, there he is. Okay, interesting. Here we go.
And offering resiliency for this critical infrastructure, but they're economically viable. The problem is there is not a construct in the marketplace, and there's not regulation that allows.
That's not entertaining. We'll go back to CNBC.
One who's already always been buying so aggressively, I think.
Why don't they show the after hours? Like, why did they do this? They're like, oh my God, Tesla down 2%. Bro, it's at like 7:15 in after hours. I don't get it. They show the after hours when they do earnings, so it's not like they can't do it.
Right up, but interesting to see it more formalized, something we've been talking about so much of late, and see it more formalized in a proper research note. We must move on. Toll Brothers earnings are out. Diana Olick has the numbers for us. Diana.
Wilfred, a very strong first quarter for luxury home builder Toll Brothers. EPS came at 76 cents a share. That's versus estimates of 47 cents a share. Revenue of $1.41 billion versus estimates of $1.35 billion. Signed contracts were up 59% year over year, and the value of those contracts up 68% year over year. CEO Doug Yearley said that the housing market, quote, remains very strong. He points to favorable demographics, low mortgage rates, and, quote, a heightened appreciation for home ownership. They raised guidance across the board for the year, but did say that there could be slower sales in 2021 because of demand pulled forward. And I would just note that on that low mortgage rates, which are essential to a luxury home builder, Toll Brothers, whose prices are significantly higher, we are seeing rates move up pretty sharply in the past couple of weeks, more than 1/4 basis point in just the last week. So again, an excellent first quarter for Toll. And we'll see what comes next with those higher mortgage rates. Back to you guys.
Diana, thank you. Up next.
Mortgage rates do tend to trick up along with the 10-year treasury, and we have seen the 10-year treasury go up. Let's see here. So somebody mentioned this right here. This is BRPA. NeuroRx says trial shows positive results at 28-day in critically ill patients. BlackRock Partners, positive results for COVID. Respiratory failure. Wow. It's incredible. I mean, just all the drugs that are being developed here. I'm so clueless on pharma. I do want to see Jim Cramer's tweets, though, on Cathie Wood. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and what do they got here? What's this deal?
What's been happening in the market? I don't think I'll ever recover from January, February timeframe. But today, just to see that reversal, Joe, it is sort of just bottom pickers right now, but Kathy Wood being one of them. She really sort of picked the bottom and start to buying the dip when it comes to Tesla.
And I think tomorrow will be super interesting. We'll see if there's really some sustained upward pressure or if the selling resumes. Also, is like Bitcoin got clobbered today. So all these momentum areas of the market really getting hit. And, it's 2 days in a row. It's a bounce back, but still down. I think tomorrow will sort of be a guide, perhaps. If
and I guess the question, too, is did the narrative really change here? I mean, what sort of led to this sort of pullback and consolidation over the past couple of weeks? Did that somehow change today? Right. Did I miss it?
If we did, we were supposed to tell the viewers.
That's the name of our show. Apparently,
we were supposed to have told everyone, but I guess not then.
I mean,
Jim Cramer, how great is it that Kathy Wood put the wood to Tesla short sellers? Let's see how you all voted, by the way. I'm kind of curious to see how you voted on the Robinhood. Wow, I'm actually surprised. This is kind of a little bit of a rebound here in everyone's sort of thoughts. I feel like a little bit on Robinhood. I was expecting this to be like 80 to 90% won't use Robinhood, and so it looks like combined, what is that? 43.1% of you would use Robinhood for crypto if they use or if they had a wallet with transfers. Or paid interest on their crypto. Very interesting. Yeah. Let's look at Palantir. I see a question on Palantir. Let's take a peek. Palantir's up 27. Okay. Good. Palantir can make some money. That should be over $30 again soon. We'll see. I mean, no guarantees, but that's an expectation. FRX doing nicely here in the after hours, really pushing in the afters, but on no volume though. So be very careful there. Almost like virtually no volume. Matterport as well, very very low volume. 712 on Tesla in after hours. Oof, I'm glad we added to Tesla. I'm a little bummed my 650 didn't execute. We got to 668 while I was gone. Man. I feel like if I had been live, because that was like at 11:30 or something out here, maybe 12. I feel like I would have moved that limit up, but that's okay. Hindsight 2020, it is what it is. I'll just wipe away the tears of having not added more. Although we added like 200 shares of Tesla today, so we did good. Yeah, we've been talking about Upwork actually. We looked at those earnings, so you could scroll back a little bit, but no, I'm very bullish on Upwork. They all came back to Robinhood. Yeah. I still haven't gotten a call from Chase. Oh, yeah, other questions here. Let me see other questions here. SBG SPAC. Oh, we should look into that. Do you think CCIV will hit the $80 to $90 range? If CCIV hits the $80 to $90 range before they deliver a car, I think it's a sell at that point. And that would be crazy. What price is Tesla too expensive to buy? My original fundamental thesis for Tesla says that over $800, it really becomes one of those stocks where it's like, I could probably find a better opportunity somewhere else. 600, 700s, I'm very bullish on Tesla. In fact, I mean, y'all know I'm the most bullish on Tesla. The Tesla's just so far ahead of their competition. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that Lucid is like the number 2. It might be the number 2. We'll see. And they haven't even sold a vehicle yet, right? It's so crazy to think that. Lucid should be releasing their first car. They originally said June. Now it looks like the second half of this year, so they pushed that back a little bit. I know they're still trying to. That was a really loud, annoying ringtone. I know they're still pushing though to try to move that up. Okay. Okay. Sure. So a question here in the course member chat. Somebody's wondering, should we buy more EXPI or Rocket Mortgage? I would rather buy EXPI or well, over Rocket Mortgage, mostly because as mortgage rates trick up, I think Rocket Mortgage is just going to keep kind of suffering a little bit in the short term. It's at $20. Rocket Mortgage has literally just been sitting sideways and been doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, the authority, if you wanted to send me something, you could always do that. But the best way to do that is on Discord. Go to metkevin.com/Discord and then tag me there. Cash App has BTC transfers and address. Yes, this is true. I was confident in Lucid until I saw Monroe's take on it. Well, Monroe didn't really have a take on it. He hasn't really seen it yet. He just says he wants to get his hands on one, and then he would comment. I was searching. Oh, 877. Hold on. Let me see if this is JP. Hello, this is Kevin. Hey, good. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just in the middle of work a little bit. Could I verify that wire with you pretty quickly?
News, the CFO resigning, definitely pressuring those shares, over 4% of a decline there. Take a little bit of a broad step back, though, and I want to look at what happened with the major averages. Flip up the boards, and we'll look at the S&P 500 marginally in the green. We saw a few tech names be able to lift it higher, but the broad tech story is still a negative one. You are seeing the NASDAQ Golden Dragon Index, which, of course, is heavy weighted towards tech, under pressure, as well as the NASDAQ 100 and semis down for a second straight session. Flip up the boards one more time, and we'll look at the latest SPAC actually confirming their news with Lucid Motors. Take a look at that 1 month chart, a 472% gain before today's 38% drop, really just pinning that to traders selling the news. You've seen so much anticipation in that SPAC. And lastly, we have to end this with Bitcoin, of course. That is the major risk sentiment indicator, down for a second straight session. And like I mentioned, Emily, Square just recently, right after the close, actually reported that investment in Bitcoin. You're already seeing that not work in their favor.
Right. Really interesting there. Of course, just another day. Bloomberg's Kriti Gupta, thanks so much. I want to get to Tesla now. Shares of the electric car maker wiping out their year-to-date gains. Tesla falling as much as 13% before paring some of that loss. The decline after comments by CEO Elon Musk that the price of Bitcoin seemed high. Tesla has invested $1.5 billion in the cryptocurrency. For more, I want to bring in Dan Ives of Wedbush Securities. Dan, what's your take on this?
It continues to be this double-edged sword with Bitcoin. I mean, they're diving into the deep end of the pool on Bitcoin. And right now on paper, still a $750 million profit. But it adds more volatility to the name. And that's what you're seeing take place in Tesla over the last 48 hours.
So it wasn't just Elon Musk who said the price seems high. I spoke to Bill Gates yesterday, who cautioned against investing in Bitcoin at all. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Let's hear it.
Elon has tons of money and he's very sophisticated. So, I don't worry that, his Bitcoin will sort of randomly go up or down. I do think people get...
I totally had the wrong screen up. I'm sorry. I have Bloomberg talking here. I'll pull them up. But I want to hear this about Elon.
On Bitcoin. And, my general thought would be that, if you have less money than Elon, you should probably watch out.
Not mincing words there, Dan. I mean, do you think the Bitcoin investment was, potentially Tesla getting a little ahead of itself?
I think it was a smart strategic move. And we saw that with Dorsey and Square tonight, obviously MicroStrategy and Sauer. And I think this is going to have a ripple effect. I think 3 to 5% of public companies over the next, call it 18 months, will have some sort of investment in Bitcoin. Now, of course,
that's bullish thesis on Bitcoin.
But this is not a fad. This is not going away. It's going to start to be more mainstream. And as we know with Musk and Tesla, they're going to continue to see forest through the trees. And even though this is going to add to volatility, I think it was the right strategic move, not just from an investment perspective, but transactionally speaking. And I think that's our sort of view, even though there's some white knuckles at points today.
Right. It wasn't just Gates. It wasn't just Elon. Also, Janet Yellen making some cautionary remarks. And I wonder if that's going to change the kind of investor who's going to want to get into a Tesla or a Square, for example?
Well, that's a great point, because I think that's sort of what we're seeing today. I can tell you, institutional investors that I've talked to, they're still a little cautionary in terms of Bitcoin. So they don't love maybe that investment from Tesla, but I still think the majority of investors are fine with it. It's contained. We're talking $1.5 billion, still less than 10% of the cash. I think if they start to go up to 3, 4, 5 billion, that's where it becomes more of a pronounced risk. But still, on paper today, they've made more from that Bitcoin investment than they have from selling all the EV cars last year.
Right. That is just an amazing statistic that I know you pointed out. Are there any other fundamental reasons we're seeing the decline in Tesla? I mean, you've pointed out some other things going on, them stopping taking orders of certain vehicles. How big a contributor is that?
Yeah, right now in the EV market, you're seeing a lot more competitors come in. Of course, GM, Ford, and then you go across the globe, there's going to be many automakers going. And right now, Tesla's going to have a target on their back. But we're talking about $5 trillion market over the next decade, big enough ocean for more than one boat. I think in the near term, Model Y, Standard, that not selling it, even though I view that as a small piece, the price cuts. So you're going to see a lot of the bears come out of hibernation mode. They've been there for the last year, and they're going to come out right now thinking that there's potentially blood in the water. But I still view this.
By the dip. That's true. Remember this. When companies buy Bitcoin, technically they don't have to disclose it right away. They could have already bought Bitcoin at 55K or whatever. They could be buying Bitcoin now, and then they have like 60 days to disclose their holding.
It's actually pointed out that there's an electric car competitor for almost every letter of the alphabet. That wasn't so when it comes to Tesla, came to Tesla 5 years ago. And I wonder, do you see any of these competitors emerging as, truly formidable forces? Could they take a significant share of the electric car market away from Tesla?
Yeah, I think that's starting to maybe go into the risk profile. When you look at GM, I think there's going to be a transformation in GM. I think they are going to be a very successful EV player in terms of everything Mary's done over there. And I think when you start to look at some of the niche players across the board, especially in China with NIO and Xpeng and others, that's going to be more and more share. But if we look today, it's still Tesla's world. Everyone else is paying rent in the EV market. Over the coming years, we're talking $5 trillion over the next decade up for grabs. So it's going to be a pot of gold. Many are going to go after it. But that's why they continue to be leader in the pack. And I just view this as sort of a risk-off trade that we're seeing across the board, Tesla being the poster child in terms of a risk-on momentum need.
Meantime, we've also been following Apple's annual meeting. Tim Cook talking about M&A, talking about the
pandemic. They got good coverage right here. I like this. Let's listen to I really agree with what this Dan person is saying so far, both on Bitcoin, 5% of companies going into Bitcoin, and what he's saying about competition for Tesla. Let's listen to Apple.
And everyone knows they've been massively successful in the super cycle playing out. We also think more products in terms of an AR, VR headset potentially coming out this year. But streaming continues to be the area when you talk about M&A. Do they eventually go aggressive on M&A there? Do they acquire a studio? We talk about MGM, Lionsgate, A24. I think that's a bit of a focus here because right now they are in a massive position of strength, in our opinion, heading to $3 trillion market cap this year on that super cycle. Now, do they go aggressive on M&A?
And what's your outlook on whether or not they do that? I mean, Apple has never made a massive acquisition. A few $1 billion, that's about as high as they've been.
Like Microvision. They did acquire Siri, by the way, the voice chat.
Done, and it's not in that DNA of Cupertino, but ultimately in this arms race for streaming with Netflix, Disney, and obviously many other players across the board, for Apple to be a legitimate player here, they're going to have to buy a studio. Otherwise, they'll be a tertiary player. And right now, that window of opportunity continues to be there. And I think that's something that from a sum of the parts, you talk about that, and then the next leg will be EV. We believe in the next 6 to 9 months, they announce an EV partnership. And I think EV could be worth $30 per share more to the sum of the parts of Apple as we look out in the coming years.
All right. The big question is, will they or won't they? What will Apple's play in cars be? We're all anxiously waiting to find out. Dan Ives of Wedbush Securities, thanks so much. All right,
That's
coming up,
awesome.
Microsoft and SolarWinds executives among those tech.
Wow. Hold on one second. Okay. 1 sec. Okay. Send that. Good. So I was taking notes as well. So, okay, this Apple thing, that's a really bullish statement from this particular analyst from Wedbush or Wedbush, I think they call it. That's really bullish for them to say that Apple could announce a partnership within 6 to 9 months. That's crazy. That would definitely boost Apple's not only market cap, but well, I mean, but then again, let's look at Apple's market cap already. Let's see, Apple right now. Let's pull it. I mean, I know they're over $1 trillion. Apple market cap. So Apple is, oh my gosh, they're over $2 trillion already. That's crazy. So Apple has an over $2 trillion market cap. Them adding, launching like a Lucid might add, like if Apple went into the car space, people are going to have a lot more confidence and faith in Apple than they will in like a Lucid initially, because Apple's a much more tested company, right? So let's say Apple adds $200 million for their iCar venture once they get some more announcements. And who knows how much of that is already baked in, but say they make a partnership. That's about 10%. So what, the stock moves $12? Like Apple, it's hard to move Apple because it's so big. Could Apple move more? Maybe. Yeah, totally. We'll see. We will see. Apple 2.21. Thank you. Oh yeah, for the market cap. Appreciate that. Lucid Design would need complete overhaul for Apple partnership. Yeah, I don't think that Apple would partner with somebody as destined as or as large already as Lucid. Or as advanced in like that design phase. But I will say there were some pictures of Lucid in their presentation, and I don't know. I think I could probably pull it up. In their presentation, they had a lot of LED technology. I mean, what's LED technology? It just had a bunch of LEDs. But Apple was hiring technicians to do LED lighting in the cars. Look at that. That's just like anybody could put LEDs in, right? But I thought that was a really interesting, like I'm just putting those dots together. I think that's interesting. And Lucid did say they're working with other manufacturers and partners because after this acquisition, they've basically gotten so much attention. Interior is good, exterior not so much. Yeah, a lot of people consider the exterior to be a little bit more bland. Yeah, although look at this one. I mean, I have to say, like, I wouldn't put it past Apple to have something like this, right? I don't think that Lucid needs to partner with Apple. I think Apple probably needs to partner with Lucid, right? I've seen the pictures of the Apple car, that the thing like with the big wheels, stuff like that. But I think those are just like fake mock-ups. Here, we'll look at it really quick. Apple car, what is it? The parking. It was in the parking lot. It is so ridiculous. Let me see. Images. Yeah. This thing. Yeah. It looked so crazy. And then somebody put the little logo on front. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, that's fake. All right. So let's look at top on Bloomberg here and see what top news is. And let's look at the sticks too. The game. So the CFO resigned, so he didn't get fired. But maybe he was going to get fired. Chip shortage, Black News Channel. Okay, let's see. Tiger Woods, multiple leg injuries. Yeah, his accident didn't look too good. Peloton's patent siege risks nullifying its own intellectual property. Okay, stocks roar back after Powell's reassurance. From butter deal to Lucid. Inside Citi's 15-year-old SPAC desk. We don't care. All right, let's look at the sticks. See what else is happening here in the after hours. Is OCGN still running? Upwork is. Tesla is 716. Here we go. Look at that beautiful recovery, strong recovery from Tesla. Good job, Tesla. Churchill, come on, print the tendies. Let's go. Look at this. Yes, this is what we want. We want to recover over 40, and ideally never revisit the 30s again. Like it's nice to take advantage of a dip, but I like to see that validation. As well, you know, we are human after all. Like it's frustrating to buy a company that you're like, this is undervalued, and then it doesn't move. Not to mention any names. Rocket. Yeah. Square, a little frustration there in the after hours. That's okay. That'll balance out over time. I'm still heavy on Square. Not as high as, like, I have more money in way more money than I have in Lucid than in Square, but. Square's definitely one of the ones up there, top 20 for sure. Plug Power has really been dumping. It's run like crazy, but it's really been dumping. Enphase going negative here in the after hours. Let's go to all stocks here. Let's zoom out a little bit. Workhorse, wow, down 47%, and then another 9.63% in after hours on top of that. Voyager. Oh, I'd love to do some more research on Voyager too. I agree with that. Will come in. Okay. Snowflake. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. No, what's happening to Snowflake here? Look at that candle on Snowflake. What's going on? Snowflake's that's getting to under IPO price. Or was it like 240 for IPA? No. Okay. Johnny Ive was chief design officer at Apple and is on the CI. Really? No. No. Sandy Monroe mentioned he was on, basically he was working with Apple, but didn't have anything to say about Lucid, saying he's never seen a Lucid yet, but he wants to get his hands on it, was what he said in my interview with him. Johnny Ive is on the board? What? Johnny Ive. This is why I love you all. This is like, you sometimes you beat me up in the comments if I get something wrong, but I actually appreciate that, because that I deserve that. I should be. I don't like looking at wiki pages, but I'm going to here. CCIV. CCIV is not Lucid. Keep that in mind. Let's see. Johnny Ive. CCIV. Churchill. What? Jan 15th Reddit. Good job. Here we go. Sir Johnny Ive. Operating partners. Churchill Capital. He goes by Sir Johnny Ive? Oh, wow. This is probably in the, this was in Churchill Capital 3. CCIV is 4. So it looks like he does a lot of these SPACs. He's like a partner with Churchill. Operating partners. That's Churchill Capital 3. I wonder if I could just put in a fourth I. Or like, oh no, you wouldn't put a fourth I in. You would put IV. Ha! No, I didn't. That didn't go anywhere. That didn't work. That would have been too easy. Let's learn a little bit more about this. Operating partners, WP Engine. Yeah. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's on this one. Well, I mean, of course, it makes sense. Johnny I, operating partner at CCIV in the technology and design sectors. Oh. Created his own agency called Loveform in 2019 with Apple as its first client. Man, you remember the old Apple commercials? Wrong Johnny? Is this the wrong Johnny? It did work? Oh, it didn't. Oh, this is the right Johnny. This is the guy from those old iPhone commercials. Here. Johnny Ive Apple commercial. 4 years ago. I want to go to like a really old one. Just to have like, I want a throwback, you know? This could be a good one. Oh, come on. Yes. Oh, 8 years ago, folks. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a throwback here. Designed the iPod. Which one's my volume? Ah, crap. Bloomberg's playing. Hold on. I got to turn off Bloomberg. No problem. We don't care about them slippers. We want Johnny. We want the Johnny throwback. This guy on CCIV board. That's cool, man. That's cool. Let's listen.
To create something that's genuine.
I can't play this. I can't play this. I'm gonna get demonetized. I'm gonna get demonetized instantly. But there he is. That's crazy. I'll play a little bit. Hold on.
From the very beginning, the iPad was designed to be very powerful, very.
I love it. I love it. That is so cool. Oh man, the throwbacks. Okay. That's all we're gonna do. We got to cut away real fast. But no, this is so incredible. Like, watch this. Go watch this from 8 years ago. Johnny Ive, the new soul for Apple. Super cool. Like that's really exciting. I did not know that he was on here. The designer of the iMac, PowerBook, MacBook, iBook, iPod, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, AirPods, and HomePod. What? This guy's designed all this stuff? That's freaking nuts. He is credited with designing some of the most significant and iconic products of the last 2 decades. Wow. I mean, this guy's like the Kathy Wood of design. That is so cool. Wow. That's insane. And he's not even giving credit to anyone else here. It's like, no. He designed it. That's legend. Right on. That's freaking cool. So this guy is working at Churchill Capital, and he is a board member. So he is going to be voting. He's going to be one of the people voting to approve the SPAC merger with Lucid. Wow, that is a very interesting connection. And rumors can fly from that. I'm not going to go down rumor road, but that's really cool. Yeah, because look at the other ones that they've done. Here, let's go back here for a sec, and let's look at the other ones that Churchill has done. Churchill Capital SPAC I don't know. What was the first one? What are the ones they've done? I think they say it in their slide deck presentation too. Like, what's number 2 here? I don't think I'm going to easily be able to find these, but I do think in the investor presentation, Churchill does say what their experience is, which is kind of cool. And then we'll be able to see. Yeah, here it is. I actually have the presentation right here. So if we go to usually towards the end where they talk about the SPACs, like the value and stuff. Geez, this is the longest slide deck ever. I'm going to do a video on this slide deck. Transaction overview. Apparently not. Sometimes they talk about like how great like Churchill is like the people bringing him public and stuff like that. Apparently they're not doing that here. Peter Rollins said that's their team, marketing position. No. Oh well. All right, let's go back to the sticks for a moment here. Let's see what's going on the Weebs again. The Weebs. Wait, what is this?
Amrita Ahuja described it in a similar way on a media call right after the results came out. She said Bitcoin it's the future of Square. They want to participate, she says, and learn in a disciplined way. I did ask her about the risk and what she sees as far as Bitcoin down big today. Any risk there? We'll see if we get any more color on that on the media call that's going on right now, or the analyst call, I should say. Bitcoin.
So Bitcoin has the potential to be the native currency of the internet? Wow. I mean, that's a big statement by Square.
X from a year earlier. The CFO also said that Bitcoin users are more engaged with the app. They're more, a little bit more active, and they tend to bring in more revenue than those who don't trade Bitcoin. Finally, to Cash App's quarter, gross profit was up 162% year over year. It now makes up roughly half of the company's total gross profit. Square did not give any guidance. Also, the stock is down about 5% after hours. Yeah. Melissa, back to you.
Yeah, I think I burned a little bit after hours. Oh, I love this. Giles. Apple plus Lucid. Acid car? Lapple car? That's nice. All right, let's go. Let's just go see what's going on in the after hours here. Tomorrow's going to be interesting to see how the market recovers from today. Workhorse recovering a little bit from the disaster with Oshkosh. Yelp down all of a sudden 3% here. Square still down about 4%. Recovering though, Square's recovering on this Bitcoin talk. Very, very good. Upwork crushed it. Absolutely love Upwork. Good crush on Upwork. Churchill Capital. Oh, wow. Okay. So we actually pushed up to about 37.39. A little bit of the red candlesticks coming through right now, unfortunately. We've got Tesla pushing. We've got a nice almost support level here at 715. Let's see if we move up off of that. Let's see. High Cape, Nano Dimension, some of the winners right here. Microvision, Neo, Li Auto, Zillow, OGI, EXPI moving up. Okay, good. A lot of good movement here. Let's see what we have in the losers. Workhorse still down. GameStop not loving that news right now on the CFO departing. Must have been some real bad blood between the folks there. I'm sure you had some other executives yelling like, "We need to raise money," and obviously they didn't. So maybe the CEO or CFO put his foot down like, "No, we won't." Haven't gone in deep on GNOG. I've heard about that one forever though. Very, very volatile. Joe Biden will replace the entire federal fleet with Lucid Air Dream Editions. Very affordable. Yes. What's going on with BBBY? Bed Bath is, I mean, there's no activity here in the after hours. So why, what are we looking for at Bed Bath? How confusing would it have been buying in Bitcoin last week? Confusing? I don't know whether it's confusing. Lucid is LiDAR ready. That is true. They do want to go with LiDAR technology. What does it mean to be the native currency of the internet, like gold in World of Warcraft? Yeah, kind of. And then you convert it to cash after you go farming. Kathy Wood was a heavy bull on Bitcoin on the Bloomberg radio. That was the final question. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, no, a lot of support coming out for Bitcoin here. A lot of support coming out for Bitcoin. Which remember, go to metkevin.com/BF to get some money back. To get up to $250 with Bitcoin. Did this load? Oh, look what I have. This is, remember we were listening to Peter Rawlinson earlier? I now have here. It's worth it. Hold on one sec. It's worth listening to this because I saved it and I haven't played this in like forever. But I have to switch cables here really quick. Which is a really annoying temporary solution, but I think this will be entertaining to see the difference between Nicola and Peter this morning, which obviously we've seen lots of Peter this morning. Peter really comes across as knowing how to sell. Okay, there we go. Okay. See, oh no, that's not going to work either, is it? Ah, crap. I really want to get the audio through, but I haven't figured out how to get the audio on this thing yet. Bummer. I could try, let's see, number one is my iPhone. Trying to get my iPhone plugged in over here. I think it'll take way too long to try to airdrop the darn thing. Give me one more second. It's worth trying. Okay, all right. Let's see if this works. I don't know. I think I'm gonna hide myself. Yeah, so here it is. Okay, so here's me. Here's it. I don't know if I can get. Can I get volume off this yet? Let's see.
A heads up from someone inside who was like, "Hey, just want to let you know, this Hindenburg company that I got connections with is doing a total hit job on you, trying to destroy you and ruin your life, and is going to make a ton of allegations around everything you've done wrong in your life in your past." And I was like, no, I get this all the time. This one is obviously a little bit different. They spent, a ton of time, a ton of research, and paid a bunch of people to give them access to emails and different things, whatever. Long story short is none of it even really matters. I'm gonna address each point individually in a response, but it goes to show you that when you're changing the world and you're doing good things and you're an entrepreneur, these people love to try to take you down. They love it. But this was all about money and greed. 44 million shares were shorted, according to one of the documents, the reports. So what they did is they loaded up with tens of millions of shares and, shorting it. And over the last few days, drove it down and then put out the hit job. And that's how they make their money. So they'll walk away with tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars and try to put out a bunch of false allegations and lies towards spinning stories that aren't even real. But here's the thing I want y'all to know. I've spent my entire life with people trying to take me down, my whole life. I've been attacked by more people. When you're sometimes, but you know what? I'd rather it be me than anyone else because I'm used to it. I'm happy to be in the ring. I'll get so the more they come at me, report, I'll respond to it.
So I don't know why it's kind of skipping around there a little bit, but yeah, I wanted to just do a quick little Nikola throwback and just kind of yeah, it did work a little skippy there towards the end. I wanted to do a little bit of throwback there towards just Nikola, CEO Trevor Milton, kind of on camera. He comes across as very personable, but you know, definitely this was right after the Hindenburg report and before Nikola responded saying, yeah, we kind of did just roll the truck down the hill. Very interesting. Like comparing Trevor to Peter Rawlinson over at Lucid. Oh, so I want to play a little bit of Peter if we can here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play a little bit of Peter. You know what? We've seen enough Peter. Watch the Peter interview or the Peter stream that they did earlier. Yeah, that's something that their call that they did. And you all know Peter from Lucid. You've seen this before. So let's do one more look here at the sticks. That did come up, and I did want to look at that. So thank you. Okay, so looking at the sticks again here. Jumping on over to, there we go. Back to the sticks. Back to the sticks. CCIV, it's really trying to find support at 37. I've added a few times today at right around 35. I think I've added 3 times now. Yeah, of course, I send an alert every time I add or I buy or sell a stock. Both buys and sells, you get the alerts. Workhorse Group. Workhorse, not as low as it was in the after hours, but obviously still suffering a bit. JP Morgan, despite being green on the day, actually giving up some of the gains. And what else? Where's our Tesla? Let's take a look at Tesla here. Tesla 713, dropping down below that 715. We've got Upwork doing very well, very stable at 18% right now, it seems to be. And of course, Matterport interview tomorrow. That'll be really fun. And we're up over 20 again. We're at $20.40. Gosh, I would honestly have not expected us to end today the way we did. The way we ended today was something else. So what a day. Hopefully you didn't lose lots of money today by selling or anything in the crazy dips that were going on. Hopefully you were able to make some money. Oh, here we go. The comparison. So Nikola versus this guy, folks.
Here in the US. And I think that the valuation is a reflection of our technology. I think that has been validated and endorsed through the due diligence that Churchill Capital have undertaken. And this is a tech race. And I believe only 2 companies realize that and recognize that. Tesla recognizes it. That's led to their preeminent position. Lucid recognizes it. We welcome the competition. Bring it on.
That was Lucid Motors CEO Peter Rawlinson on Squawk on the Street earlier today.
Yeah, it's such a different like this guy just melts you into wanting to own that company. It's great. We got to get him on. How cool would it be if we could get Peter Rawlinson on? That'd be cool. Anyway, okay, folks, I got to go eat some lunch. Thank you so very much for being here, folks. Appreciate it. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.